Hello, hello. Okay. Hi guys. Hello, how's it going? We're just gonna wait, I don't know, 3-4 minutes to give people time to join. Here is someone else. Hello, how's it going? I love that you guys are here. I'm going to bring up my chat box. We're going to wait a few minutes just for people to join. In the meantime, I'd love to hear your name, where you're coming from, in the chat box, where you live. And I mean, you're welcome to show your face if you'd like. I know not everyone wants to do that, so no pressure. But I'm going to be teaching you guys some stuff today. I'm going to be talking about my course. But if you guys have questions, I would love to answer them for you. Let's see here. I'm going to grab a few things right here. Alrighty, I'm going to put in the chat box a couple of links for anyone who's interested. I've got my sales page if you're ready to buy. If you, after today, have more questions, I am happy to book a one-on-one call with you and, talk more, see if this is right for you. And if you don't already have it, I have this freebie that you're welcome to snag. It's my list of photography business essentials, as well as a really long list of cameras and lenses that I approve or recommend, which is nice. And then there's also a manual mode cheat sheet. Hello. All right, if you guys can, I'd love for you to, write in your name, where you're from. I'm in Utah. I don't know if any of you guys, are you guys in Utah? Where are you? Where are you watching from? And in about 2 minutes, we'll get started. I know you guys, time is like the most important thing to me. So for you guys to be here and give your time to this, that's a big deal. Hi, Chandler from Arizona. It's exciting. Glad to have you here. Let's see. All righty. Yeah. Julie, is that you from the course or is that a different Julie? And let's see.
It's me, Tressa.
It's Julie. Hi, Julie.
I'm tending grandkids today, so I'm staying incognito.
Awesome. That's totally fine. I'm glad to have you here.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, Julie actually took the course last round. She just wanted to join today, which is fun.
It's awesome. Thanks.
Okay. We'll give it 1 more minute. Feel free to put where you're from in the chat. And like I said, at any point during today, if you have questions, let me know. Yeah, but the point of today is to teach you some stuff for free and then to help you see if photography is right for you and if this course is right for you and if it would help you. All right, let's see here. I am going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. And when I share my screen, I can't see you guys and I can't see the chat as well. So if anything comes up, if you can't see things or if something's not making sense, just, come in and talk out loud so I can hear you. I just want to make sure that this all makes sense. Okay. I'm going to open up my, alrighty. I need to keep this chat box open so I can see if anyone wants to join. Let's see, I think Here we go. Hopefully this isn't blocking stuff. All righty. Oh, there's one in the chat. Hi, Cheyenne, Wyoming. So this is Pam in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Awesome. Nice to have you here. That's exciting. Okay, can you guys see everything okay? I hope. Okay, I'm going to get started. Your time is so valuable to you, and to my time is valuable to me. So I want to make sure we get through this. But welcome. I run the Enlightened Lens Academy. And so okay, like, how do I have this message box? I'm gonna go like that. Okay, I'm so happy you're here. Showing up here means you are interested in photography and possibly interested to invest in yourself and learn something new and maybe even start to make money from it. I'm sure you're nervous and wondering lots of things. I just want to start off saying that if this is something you are really thinking about, photography, what I mean, I want you to know you really can do it. You are not too late. You can make money. You can bless yourself and your family. You got this. I promise you. And I believe this with all my heart, or else I would not be doing this. You are in the right place right now if you're ready to make some money and invest in yourself, if you're looking for a creative outlet, obviously, if you want to be a photographer and if you are ready to grow. And if you watch till the end, I do have a discount code. And this is not for you if you're not ready to learn, if you're not willing to be a beginner, which it's really hard to be a beginner at things. And if you're not ready to take some time doing this, or if you don't want to make money. But a couple of things to keep in mind. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and woven into my story are the 5 things I wish I'd known before I started photography. And along with that, I'll be teaching you manual mode. This is the cheat sheet if you sign up for the freebie you get, so you can look at this as I teach about that. And then I'm going to talk about my photography course, kind of explain about it, and then you can see if it's right for you. And before we start, I need you to know, there's a typo there, that as a businesswoman, I do things differently. 3 things. 1, I truly believe the world is a better place when women and moms are empowered and when they make money. And so my goal in life is to empower women and bless women, which then can bless their families and the world. 2, I will not sacrifice my family, my sanity and my health, and a beautiful life with my family for my business. And I want to teach other women how to do this and have this too. I am anti-hustler culture. I'm not trying to teach someone how to burn themselves out. I promise you, you can have success while having a good life. And that's my goal. And I include God in my life, my business, and my photography course. He is my business partner and guide. So just want you guys to know that. A little bit about me so you can understand, you know, why I even teach this course, who I even am. How it all started. I had actually always secretly wanted a nice camera, but I never told anyone. Technology is very hard for me. And I was so scared that if I ever got a camera, I'd never figure it out. I'd never use it. It would just like sit in a closet and never be used. So I literally never told anyone I wanted a camera, but I was a snob with pictures, and I would totally critique every picture I saw and just be thinking, oh, I could have done better than that. So about 10 years ago, I was newly married. I was an 8th grade history teacher, and my husband gave me his only surprise gift he's ever given me right before we left on a trip to Mexico. And it was a DSLR camera, a beginner camera with beginner lenses. And he was so excited to give it to me, and I was stunned. And he's like, aren't you excited? And I was just like, no, not really. Like, this is so scary. I don't think I could do it. Like, what the heck? What are you thinking? And it just felt like he was giving me this huge commitment and this huge burden. And he was so sweet. And he's like, no, I know you have a good eye. I can help you. And I was so scared because, like I said, I really am truly technologically challenged. But thankfully, he already knew how to use cameras, how to shoot in manual mode. So he literally taught me over and over and over again because I needed so much help. But it ended up being so fun because look, these are the pictures, not this middle picture. That middle picture is just a shot of me and my husband, but these are the pictures I got in Mexico that week. I had so much fun playing with my camera. I was obsessed. So of course, after that week trip in Mexico, I came home and that's all I wanted to do. I would get home from teaching school and I would take pictures of anything and everything I could think of. My husband, my dog, he got real tired, my husband, of me taking pictures of him. And I started to wonder, like, could I take pictures of people? Could I maybe make money? And so I asked my cute friend Annie if I could take her family's pictures just for free. And she was so nice and let me do it. And this shoot changed everything. This picture right here, it's a picture from the shoot. All of these pictures are from that shoot. And both she and I were shocked at how well the pictures turned out. And that just changed everything for me. It gave me the confidence that I could start doing it. So from there, I started putting the word out there and advertising myself, which is scary. And this was all while I was teaching school. And I started getting more business. This is, like I said, as I was teaching. And so then as I got busier, I decided I wanted to get serious and I wanted to upgrade my laptop and then my camera body and lenses. So I created a goal to upgrade my laptop. I remember it was $2,500, the laptop I wanted. And that sounded like so much money back then. So I set a goal that, hey, within 5 months, I'm going to make the money through my course, or not through my course, through photography, so I can pay for it. And I was shocked because I made the money in less than 2 months. So after I upgraded that, I decided, okay, I want to upgrade my camera body and lens. So then I set another goal, and somehow it was the exact same price for the camera body and the lens together of $2,500. And I was able to, again, just blow my goal out of the water and make that goal in like a month to 2 months. So it was really cool just to see that I was able to save money from photography to pay for the things I wanted in my business. So quite quickly, I didn't say that in the last slide. Basically, once I had my first daughter, I quit. I never went back to school. I just could not imagine leaving her. But even though I quit, pretty quickly, I was able to not only make up the lost income from my teaching salary from my full-time job, but I was able to make over triple what I made as a teacher. And looking back, I can see all the mistakes that I've made. And obviously, like, that's part of life, that's part of our journeys. But I just wanted to share with you the mistakes I made so that you guys don't have to make them too. And along with growing my business, I have grown my family. Like I said, when I first had my first child, I stopped teaching, and that was the greatest blessing for me. So here is a list of the 5 things I wish I had known, but I'm going to go through each of them with you. So something that you don't realize when you become a photographer and start running a business is that this is kind of confusing, but photography is actually the least important part. Of course, your pictures need to be pretty and professional, and people need to like your pictures. But if you don't value yourself and market yourself and put yourself out there and understand business, then your photography skills truly don't matter. Basically, I have seen a lot of photographers out there who their photography skills are really not great, but they're making money because they know how to market themselves, right? And then there's people out there who have gorgeous images. They are beautiful photographers, but they don't know how to market themselves and they're not making any money, right? So that's when I wrote my course and created this course. I didn't want it to be just a photography course, just teaching people how to use a camera, but I wanted people to learn business and mindset and the things behind the scenes that are so important to make the things that people see, your pictures, matter. And so this is about business, and this is also about mindset and inner work, which, like, I had no idea that any of this mattered. Okay, another thing I learned. So I don't know if you guys know what presets are, but presets are like filters, basically, that you can buy when you edit your images to put on your images to give them a certain look. And some people believe that all photographers do is slap a preset on a picture and they're good to go. And a lot of people believe that a preset can fix any bad photo. And I just want you to know that like presets really are the least important part of editing images. Presets can create a look or a style for a photographer, but it will not fix a bad photo or make an okay photo better. When it comes to photography and beautiful pictures, the most important part is light and understanding light, which is so fun. I just love this part of photography. So once you start learning manual settings and using lighting correctly, this is what will make a preset if you use that pop, but this will make your images gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And there's a whole module in my course about lighting because it is so important and fun. Okay, so while we're talking about light, we are going to learn manual mode. Okay, so like I said, if you haven't, in the chat, I shared a link to get a freebie, and it has this manual mode cheat sheet, which has the things on it that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, because this stuff, it's kind of a lot, and it takes a while for your brain to wrap around these ideas. And so it's so nice when you have a cheat sheet, and it's especially nice if you wanted, you can like fold it in half, take it with you wherever you go with your camera. So when it comes to taking pictures, you have to pay attention to the light meter. When you look through the focal lens of your camera, the viewfinder, that's what it's called, you'll see there's a bar graph, which is called a light meter. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that bar on your light meter at exactly 0, because 0 means it is perfectly exposed, okay? When the bar moves above 0, that means it's overexposed and too bright. And when it goes below 0, it is underexposed and too dark. Okay, so when we are shooting in manual mode, we are going to focus on 3 settings, and I'm going to talk about each of those 3 settings so that you can properly expose your image, so that that light meter, that bar on your light meter is right at 0, and your image is perfectly exposed. It's not too dark, not too light. Okay, so the 3 settings that you need to learn about to do this is you need to learn ISO, aperture, which is also called f-stop, and shutter speed. So we're going to talk about each one. So don't let me lose you here. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Okay, so the first setting that I always adjust is called ISO. ISO has to do with the sensitivity to light. Okay, back in the days when you would use film, you would buy a certain ISO film depending on your lighting scenario you would shoot in. Okay, so you keep your ISO lower when there's more light in your lighting scenario. So if you are shooting in sunny direct light, you're going to keep your ISO at 100. And then as it gets darker, you're going to increase the number of your ISO, which increases the sensitivity to allow more light in to make up for the darkness outside. And so on the cheat sheet, you can actually see these are the ISO amounts that's recommended depending on your lighting scenario. Something to keep in mind is that the lower your ISO, the more crisp your image is, and the higher it gets, your image will start to have more grain. Okay, that's ISO. Like, do I have my chat box? If you guys have questions, let me know. I'll be checking my chat box. Okay. So I always adjust my ISO. If I walk outside and it's sunny, I just put my ISO right to 100. Or if it's kind of getting cloudy or I'm in the shade, I'll start to up it to 200 or more. The next thing I adjust is my aperture or my f-stop. Okay, so let me explain some things with you for you. Your aperture decides how much of your image is in focus. Okay, this is what we call depth of field. You know how you've seen images of like a flower so beautiful and then everything behind it is blurry? That's because they've adjusted their aperture so that there's very low depth of field. So the flower is in focus and everything behind it is blurry. That is aperture, okay? And as you decide how much of your image is in focus, you are also deciding how much light you are letting in. This is a lot of things to think about, and I know it is. So the lower your number of aperture, the less is in focus. So that really isolates your subject when you have a lower number. And I promise you there's a picture on the next slide. So if you're a visual learner, you'll see it. Okay. And if you have a lower aperture, less will be in focus. It will really isolate your subject and the background will be blurry. The higher your number of aperture, the wider your depth of field, the more you have in focus. Okay. However, when you have a higher number of aperture, you're not letting as much light in, so it is darker. Okay. So just so you know, let me get my camera. To focus your camera, what you do is you push your shutter speed halfway down, and that's choosing which plane it's focusing on. Okay. And I personally like a smaller aperture because I love the look of isolating the subject with a blurry background. Let's look at a picture. Okay. All right, here we go. So on the left, down to like 1.4 or 1.2, that is a very shallow depth of field or a lower aperture. And if you look at those flowers, that low aperture really isolates the subject and makes that background blurry. Okay. And then as you increase your ISO, or not your ISO, your aperture, the numbers get higher, you can see what the lens does is it gets smaller and smaller. And that's why less and less light is let in. So down to 1.4, you're letting in tons of light, and going up to 22, you're not letting in as much light and you're getting more and more in focus. So like if someone is shooting a landscape of like the mountains, a beautiful picture of the mountains, you usually want a higher aperture so that everything is in focus. The trees, the bushes, the cliffs, the clouds, it's all in focus. But if you're shooting like a flower or a little girl or like a product, you usually want those isolated by themselves with a blurry background, so you'll have a lower aperture. Okay, so we've got ISO, you got to adjust your ISO. Then I like to choose my aperture so I can choose how much of my image and how much of the subject is in focus. And then the last one is shutter speed. The last part is shutter speed. This is simply choosing how fast or slow your shutter opens. So literally think of your shutter going like this. When you take a picture, it opens up real fast to capture the picture. Okay. The faster it opens, the more crisp your image is, and the better you can freeze motion. You need a fast shutter speed if your subject is like your little boy playing basketball and he's running, or an animal running, or a couple walking. You're going to want a faster shutter speed so that you capture them and they're not blurry. If your shutter speed is too slow, it will, if something is in motion, it will cause that motion to blur the image, which most of the time you don't want. Sometimes people do that on purpose, but 95% of the time you do not want that blur. Okay, so the numbers on a shutter speed kind of seem backwards because you're starting down at 10 and then going up to like 1/2000. But you basically, the slower your shutter speed, the more light you're letting in, because it's open longer, it's letting in light. However, you can't go too slow. So I recommend that 1/200, that you never go slower than 1/200, or else your images will start to be blurry. And then depending on the lighting, you can, or, if you're trying to capture something moving, you want it to be faster and faster. Okay, so let me go back. Before we move on, I know that was so much information. I promise you in the course, there's videos that you can watch over and over, and then there's live trainings that I can help you, because this is a lot and it takes practice. It takes practice remembering what each of these settings do. And it also takes practice because you have to figure out on your camera which buttons to press to adjust those. And that takes time. I can't teach you exactly where the buttons are for these settings because every camera is slightly different. But if you have your camera and you're trying to figure it out, you can always Google your camera model, your camera body model, and then look up the guide or the manual. And it'll show you which buttons to push to adjust to certain things. And you're welcome to message me and I can help you. But between remembering how to move things on the camera and remembering which thing is which, what is ISO? Oh, do I need to go higher or lower? It takes time. I'm not saying it's impossible. It is truly possible, but it takes time and you need to be practicing. And so it's a learning curve. You have to be okay with being a beginner. Okay, moving on to the next thing I wish I had known before I first started. The third thing was that social media following doesn't matter. Basically, when I first started photography, I was super caught up in the fact that like, oh shoot, I only have like 200 followers. There's no way I'm going to have enough work. There's no way I'm going to make enough money doing this. But I promise you, it does not matter how many followers you have on Instagram. You can be so successful, make so much money with no followers, even if you want. All you need is a handful of loyal clients. I have literally like 5 families in this valley that I live in that hire me for everything. They send all their friends to me, that hire me for their family pictures, for their daughters' weddings, for their kids' senior pictures. Several of these families also own businesses and they hire me for all of the business pictures. Literally all of my work stems from 5 families. Like it's mind-blowing. So I promise you really don't need much. So I don't want you to go thinking that like there's no way you could be a successful photographer because you don't have, many followers on Instagram. It's just not true. Okay, the next thing I wish I had known that I learned is the importance of valuing yourself. What does that mean? Basically in business and in this world, people don't value you if you don't value yourself and your time. So experience can play a role, obviously, in how much you charge as a photographer, but you really can gain experience much more quickly than you realize and much more easily than you would expect. And I just want to explain there's, wait, make sure there's nothing in the chat yet. Literally, the worst thing you can do as a business owner and as a photographer is make your edge, your marketing edge, that you're the cheapest option. The worst reason someone can hire you is because you are the cheapest option. When that happens, your client does not actually value you and your talents and your business. They value their own money and all they want is the deal. And I have seen throughout my entire photography career, the less I charge, the less I am valued and the worse I am treated. I have been treated, the few stories I have where I've just been treated terribly, these are people who literally got a free shoot from me, or they got like a crazy deal, or it was back when I started and I wasn't charging much. As I've increased my price, I have only gotten better and better and kinder clients, which is crazy, right? So something I talk about in the course is the amount you charge will attract different type of clients. So the question isn't what should I charge? It's what kind of clients do I want? And the question is, do you value yourself? And yeah, what kind of clients do you hope to attract? And this is one of the things I'm just so excited to talk about in the course with people. It's because like this really matters and this is a game changer. Okay. Last, well, I actually have a bonus one, but the 5th thing, you only make as much money as you think you can. What does that mean? Hopefully you guys, I'm gonna make that smaller. When we allow our mind to be open and give ourselves permission to dream big, it can happen. Money is a fun and interesting thing. What people do not realize is that we are the ones who are keeping ourselves back from making money. And this is something so new. I literally learned in the last year and a half. If we can dream big, if we can see it in our mind and imagine ourselves doing it and making really good money, then we can figure out how to do it. So if we want to be someone or something, for example, someone who has lots of money, then we need to ask ourselves, how would someone with lots of money be living and acting right now? And then we need to act like that and live like that right now in each of our daily decisions. This comes from James Clear. He wrote Atomic Habits, which is one of my most favorite books ever. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. So going along with that, I have a 6th bonus mistake is that the mistake is people don't understand the importance of mindset in regards to our life and our business. Mindset is the absolute key to everything. So most people, their typical thought pattern is called have, do, be. I want to have X. So like, I don't know, for me, I want to have a a nice house. So I need to do X, I need to work hard. So that means I can make money, right? So I'm thinking of what I want to have. So then I'll do it and then I'll be that person. Doing certain things and having certain things does not make you a certain way. So we actually need to reverse it. The thought pattern for success is actually reversed, which is be, do, have. So be, do, have. What kind of, so I want to ask you these questions and I want you to really think about this. And if you have a pen and paper, write this down. What kind of woman and mom and business owner do you, or ask yourself, do I want to be? I want you to think about this. And like I said, you can even write it down and you're even welcome to share it in the chat. Who do you want to be? That is your starting point. Next, now that you know who you want to be, what do you need to be doing to be her, right? So like if you don't want to be a slob, you need to be doing your laundry and not just doing it, but folding it and putting it away, right? Like think of who we want to be, which then in turn shows us what we need to be doing. And then what will you have as a result of what you'll be and what you'll do? And so I hope you can take this and have this like, direct you in your life and help you really figure out what you want and what you need to be and do to get it and to have it, right? And this has changed my life. And I hate when I realize now, like, oh, I'm not being the person I want to be right now so I can have what I want to have, right? I'm always working on this. Okay, so nothing I've shared today is fluff. These are things that have literally taken me a decade to learn. And the course that I offer, the Enlightened Academy, includes everything you need to know to have a successful business. What's super cool is like, if you want to have a photography business, you are running the business. This is yours. So you can make it as profitable and as big or as small as you want. You get to run it how you want. So if you are interested in the course and becoming a photographer, I just want to explain what is even included in this course. So the course is 8 modules. The first 4 modules are all things photography. We start off learning about how to shoot in manual mode. Then we go into editing, light, and then how conducting photo shoots and booking and what we do before, during, and after shoots. And kind of like your bedside manner as a photographer. And then the last 4 are the business skills: marketing, branding, business setup, pricing and value, business hours and boundaries and productivity, and business and money mindset. Because the day I thought of this course, I sat down and I wrote out every single thing I could think of that has been a part of my business. And these are those things. And then there's lots of bonuses. There's something to help you with your pricing. There's a huge posing guide, I call it like my mini session magic guide, photography contracts, and inspirational input list, how to location scout, just all kinds, literally everything you could possibly need. So imagine making hundreds or thousands of dollars a month, right? You could be making enough money to cover groceries. You could be making enough money to cover rent, or you could be making 5, 10, 15, 20K a month. And I say that because it's possible and I've done it. And you can be making that money while working when you want and how you want and doing what you love. Because if you're here and you're considering photography, then that means you love it and you will love it. And you'll be making all this money without all the guessing games and overwhelm that every beginner photographer experiences. My goal is to jumpstart you past all the beginner stuff right into success. So that's why I have the Enlightened Lens Academy. So what will it cost me? Let's talk about smart girl math. For the amount of money you can go on to make from this course in the next decade, basically this course is pennies. And that's what we call an insane ROI, or return on investment. So this course is not $5,000, it's not $3,000. There's 3 different price points depending on what you want. The main one is $997, but you can up it to $1297, or you can do the course all on your own for $4.97. And the next few slides, I'll show you what the differences are. And I have a coupon code. The first 3 people who use the code YAY50 get $50 off any course you buy. This is not stackable, however, if you have different codes. So this is more than a steal for all of the value you are getting. And what's crazy is if you really apply yourself and actually do the things I ask you to do and complete the challenges, you can make this money back within 2 months up to 8 months. Like within 8 months, you can easily make back this money. So here is a breakdown of like what's involved with the different options. So the 8-module course on its own for $4.97, you get all of the things I teach. You get all the videos, all the guides, and this is the budget-friendly option. And you can do this on your own pace. You buy it, you get it, and you go. You do it how you want. So then if you move over here to the 8-week course with me for $9.97, this is 8 modules taught 1 week at a time. So an 8-week course. And I'm going to be there with you the entire time. There's a private Facebook community that you get to join, and you're going to be posting your weekly challenges there and your wins and sharing your pictures. And you can be messaging questions at any time there. You can message me at any time during the course and I will help you. And then each week I go live on Tuesdays on a live call, and you come on and you just ask whatever question you want, or you sit there if you don't have questions and you listen to other people's questions that really help enrich your learning experience and give you that one-on-one help that you need. And if you can't make the live calls, they're all recorded and you can watch them later. Your success is my success. All I want is for you to be successful. So I will do whatever I can to help you. And then if you know you'd love even more help than that, you can get that everything from the 8-week course, but you can also get 2 one-on-one calls with me that will do one towards the beginning of your 8 weeks and one towards the end of your 8 weeks. So I can help you and really give you the individual attention you'd need and like. The success of the course is unreal. Like after I did the course the first round, I just sat and cried because I could not believe the results and how happy and like obsessed with this course everyone was. Everyone has good things to say about the course, and I just have amazing, amazing testimonials from everyone. I'm not going to read all of these testimonials, but like Paige says, go for it, make the time to do something for yourself, invest in your talents and your business, and trust your ability to make money. 100%, I feel like I have a great base of knowledge to be able to continue with photography and work towards fulfilling my personal photography goals. I have loved all 8 weeks. I learned so much, and I can't wait to see how much I can do with this new skill. I love that I now can bless others' lives by capturing this time, all while making money. I also never would have admitted that before the course. She's saying admitted wanting to make money. I am completely satisfied. Every week was full of extremely valuable information. Having trusted there to guide us through everything was honestly something I would not have been able to get anywhere else. I needed something that was my own, not my husband's or kids', and this has really been perfect for me. And every single woman who has taken this course has said they would highly recommend it. And every single woman who has completed the weekly challenges has started making money before the 8 weeks are over. And that is my goal. My goal is for you to do all of the hard things with me during those 8 weeks so I can help you through it. So then when those 8 weeks are over, I'm not just like releasing you into the wild, but you've already gone through all of it. I see there's someone in the chat box. For the course that is $4.97, are we able to reach out to you if we have questions? So if you have questions, you can reach out to me, and if it's pretty simple, I'm happy to answer it. If not, you're always welcome to book a call with me where I can really help you if you need that extra help. And I have different like packages that if people want to book a call with me that I offer. Great question. Let's see here. Okay. And are you still trying to decide if this is right for you? In the chat, I have the link for discovery calls if you'd like to talk one-on-one. If you'd like to ask your hard questions or ask the questions so we can see, like, is this something you really want? So just dream big, let yourself imagine making really good money, and let me teach you how to do it. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm back here. Okay, guys, that was it. Does anyone have any questions? Is there anything I can help you guys with? Other questions? I know it's kind of hard to figure out if you want to do the 497 option, Madison, or if you want to do the 8-week course option. It's more probably a question on if you trust yourself, right? Like, do I trust myself to do this on my own and really commit to it? The 8-week course is nice just because you have the accountability, but I'm not saying that's right for everyone, right? It's whatever you think you need. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Can I help you guys with anything? Let's see who all is here. Madison. Oh, it wasn't Madison. I said Madison, but I don't think it was Madison. Chandler. It was Chandler. Sorry, I said the wrong name, Chandler. Chandler or Cheyenne or anyone. Oh, that's Pam from Cheyenne. My bad. Any questions? Anything I can help you with? Yeah. um Basically, I just I love this course because it's so fun for me to make lifelong friends and to watch. I mean, the first time I did this course, we started back in October, and it is so mind-blowing to see where those women are at now who started back in October. They are making money, they are taking beautiful images, they are getting hired nonstop for all kinds of different pictures. Like, I just can't even believe what what can happen in 8 weeks, what can happen in 4 months, 6 months. Like, just imagine if you want to do this and if this is something you're really serious about, where you could be in 3 months from now. Like, come the end of the summer, you could be making money from photography or before then. Pretty crazy. All right, let's see. Hey, is that Veronica? Do you have any questions? Or Pam? Or it wasn't Madison. It was Chandler. You guys have any questions I can answer for you before I end this? But you know how to find me. Reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions, or go ahead, book a call. I'd love to talk with you. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this. But I hope you guys all have a great day. And I'm excited. If anyone buys this week, we will be starting next week. So I would love to have you in next week. And if you don't have a camera yet, do all of you guys have cameras? I'd love to know. Do you guys have cameras? I've had women who join the course and they don't even have cameras yet, and I help them buy. Oh, okay, great. That's awesome, Chandler, that you have a camera already, because I really have had people start the course and they don't even have a camera yet. So I would love to help you, and that's what that freebie is for, is to help you shop if you need one. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I do have a camera. Oh, awesome. Great. Glad. That's nice. You guys already have a camera. That really helps. Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the course.